What's going on, everyone? Can you guys hear me? Can I get a 1 2 1 2 if you can hear me? How's the music? How's the audio? I'm ready to get this thing rolling tonight. Moon boy, who, me? You already started with your shit tonight, chef. We haven't even started yet. Fantastic. Hell yeah, long day. Yeah, tell me about it. So my first charting of the night, I'm going to be going over the Discord requests. If you're not part of the Discord, make sure you join the Discord. Discord gets top priority on charting requests for live stream unless you're Chef Natron. He owns OG Gold from my OpenSeas account. Check out my OpenSeas account. You get perks from the NFTs that you hold there. He is NFT OG Gold from there. So let's get into the Discord request to start this live stream off. Actually, I'll get into Bitcoin real quick. We're holding up on the 618 right now. Haven't really done anything all day. Kind of just been moving around at the same price. Like you've heard me say a lot of times before, I still think we're in an extended bull market, but the worst case scenario definitely is the support here at 40,000. RSI has just been hovering around 30 for Bitcoin. If we draw a fib on this, fib's already on it, 618. We can draw micro fibs on this all day, but we all know that Bitcoin is mostly manipulated. So I think if we break below the 618, we might see a heavy dip down to 40,000. I know I said 41.5 would be the worst case scenario, which is at this. It's a really small support channel right here, like micro support channel. And as you can see, this just keeps going up right here. But we have a micro support channel at 41.5. If we fall below that, we have the main support at 40,000. So that's what we need to keep an eye on here is the 618. We absolutely can't break below this, or we're going to be on a flash sale for a lot of altcoins. And I just don't see it going down that low. The RSI would just have to absolutely shit the bed. We'd be down 20 on the RSI. And if you zoom back here, that happened January. We were down to 17, but I just don't see it happening right now, personally. Number one. Okay, so let's get into the charting requests from the Discord first. So for today, we have Mastermind 1 says VXV. So we're going to jump in the VXV. Obviously, I was wrong there. That thing fucking made a... Oh, pardon my language. I'll try not to cuss. It's just one of those days. That thing made another pump up here. It looks like it's continuing. So we can actually extend this to the top now. We put in a new high on the ladder. As of right now, RSI did break above 70. So I would be looking out for a hard candle up to hit this. And then I think we're going to retrace back down to the 236 at 260. So you can see back here, we tagged 88 on the RSI. We did not hard candle to the support. We just wicked above it. But I think we were going to hard candle up to the 0. And then you're going to see a pretty decent retracement. I don't think it's going to be a straight candle. I think it'll be the ladder down effect or just this choppy down effect until the 236 at 260 for VXV. That's going to reset the RSI at 50. You can see you've pretty much been hovering above 50 since the 16th of March. So VXV is actually pretty bullish. Even with that big Bitcoin drop, you guys really didn't dip that much. Yeah, you dipped below the support right here, but it was bought right up, and you guys had this huge run recently. So I'd keep an eye on a hard candle up here. Personally, this is not financial advice. This is just my personal opinion. I wouldn't be buying VXV right now. I'd be waiting for a retracement to buy it because I think it's going to be retracing back down here to around 260, and then we'll assess the situation at that time on VXV. And then, of course, Zgoth with the quant. Man, quant. If you guys want quant on sale, it definitely wants to give you guys a sale. I thought it was going to come up and hit the 618. But it did not do that. Looks like we're currently at the main resistance right now. So I'd keep an eye on this price right here, 121. If we get rejected from this, I'd keep an eye on the bottom of the support channel at 117. I think I said worst case scenario was the support channel in my last video, but we actually went down there pretty good. I'd keep an eye on this. If we break above 221, I think we're going to test the top of this resistance and then hopefully head up to the 618. Zgoth, if you're looking for a sale, there's a chance we might be bouncing off this and heading to the bottom of the support at around 117. If Bitcoin drops any lower, I don't think we're heading down to 109. I know what you put a buy-in price at, and we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer till we hit that, I think, unless we wake up tomorrow and Bitcoin's well below 40,000. But it could happen, right? Ziga. Yeah, so quant, you need to keep an eye on 122. You break above that, I think we're taking the bottom of this resistance and then back testing the support. If we break below that, I think we're heading down to around 117. We could even actually head up to the 618 from here, and it would still maintain its downward momentum and put in a higher low. So if we break above this, I guess I can kind of be bullish on it to 618, because that would bring the RSI a little bit up to 50, which you did back here on April 5th. And then you could have a retracement. But personally, I think this is the bottom right here on quant for the time being, until we put in another lower high possibly, and then we'll have a retracement from there. So keep an eye on this 122 main resistance area on quant. That'll tell the story. If we break above that, I'd keep an eye on the 618 at 128. So Pokey says mover, MOVR. Oh, that's Moon River. What's going on with the Moon River? So you had this nice ladder up effect. We've been going down since. A lot of coins seem to be doing that. They had that really nice ladder up effect, and now they're stepping down from that. So if we go from this recent, not recent, but if we go from the bottom to the top here, you can see we just tagged the 618 right here at 63. Broke above this resistance. We're heading up a little bit higher. So I think personally we're going to be heading up and breaking above this recent high. I think we're gonna head up and test this resistance channel right here at 72. So I'd keep an eye on $72. If we get rejected from there, then we're coming back down to test this supporter 618 area from Moon River. RSI definitely has room to run, so we could definitely go up to 70, but with how shaken the market is right now and everything, I don't think we'll be blasting up to 70 on some coins quite yet until Bitcoin starts moving up. It just seems Bitcoin's dropping down more and more for the time being. And this thing just keeps bouncing off the 30. So for Moon River, I'd keep an eye on the top of this resistance at 7.3. I guess the worst case scenario would be top of this 5. That would put in a lower top, which seems like it's doing too. So bullish scenarios, 73 for a retracement. Realistic scenarios, the 5 at around 70 for a retracement on Moon River personally. So GLMR. That's Moonbeam. So we got Moon River there. We got Moonbeam here. Moonbeam, I thought we were actually going to drop down to the support, but it looks like it's doing a consolidation right now at the 618. So Moonbeam's actually on the cusp of breaking. Oh shoot, breaking above the 50 on the RSI. So we could actually see a nice, decent pump on Moonbeam here kind of soon. I don't think we'll be breaking this high right here by any means, but I could see a pump up to the 236 and then a retracement like this. So I'd actually keep an eye on breaking the 5 at 409. If we break above 5 on at the 409, I think we're heading up to the 382 at 453. But if you want to be realistic, the chart's saying, hey, we're putting in higher lows. So if you want to be realistic, it's saying it wants to do this. That's what it's saying it wants to do. It says it wants to get rejected at the 5 and head down to the support and then continue shit in the bed. So take that for what it is. If we break above this 5 at 410, keep an eye on the 5 at the 382 at 453 for a continuation higher. But unlike a lot of other coins, this thing seemed to have a lot of support at the 618, and you're having this nice consolidation area right here for Moonbeam. So near. I don't know the last time I charted near. Near's still looking pretty good. I mean, this thing's still in the ladder effect since February 25th. Wow. Congratulations on whoever bought in near on the 24th of February. 740, 741 all the way up to 19. Approximately a... What was that? Approximately a 169% gain since February 25th. So congrats on the near holders. This thing hasn't put in a lower low yet. If we draw from the bottom to the top right here, looks like it bounced off the 5. Currently broke above the 236. RSI looks like it wants to head up towards the 70. You generally dip slightly below the 50 and you continue up to the 70, and you just dip below this and you're heading back up. So I'd keep an eye on a higher high personally for near. I don't think it's gonna be a straight shot. I think we'll be doing something like this, but I'd keep an eye on a higher high coming a little later on for near. Even with this volatility and whatnot with Bitcoin, this thing hasn't put in a lower low. You can say, yeah, you put in a lower low here, but it recovered. So I'd keep it on the 236 at 1815, retracement back down to the 382, and then a continuation upwards for near. Near's looking pretty bullish. So with that, I covered all the Discord requests. So open floor night. Yeah, I did my grocery shopping today. You're not kidding, Chef Nature. And that those steaks are pretty expensive nowadays. For sure. For the Paribus holders, I know I said I hit my goal amount for Paribus, but this dip just continues having me buy more. Keeps hitting the 30 and getting rejected at the 50. So for you PBX holders, I'd keep an eye on to move up to the 786, and if this continues, I think it'll hit the 786 and drop down to 0078 for PBX. If we break above the 786, I'd keep an eye on the 618 and then a retracement to the 786. I know I said I'm done buying PBX because I hit my goal, but I just can't pass up these prices. So I personally have a buy order in here at 7707 or 007 for some more PBX. PBX is looking not so great right now, but you know, buy when there's fear and sell when there's greed, right? And I've been chilling PBX since that's the very first video I ever made on this channel. Very first. So let's see. Go through the chats. Mahad says, can you chart SYN? Yes, I can. Let's check that out. What is SYN? So Synapse up 2.7 at $3.04, 250 million max supply, 181 million circulating, $500 million market cap. Looks like the all-time high was 492, all-time low was 38 cents. All-time high was 6 months ago, all-time low was 7 months ago. If we look at the max, compare the market cap, they have not been putting many coins in the circulation. They put a little bit more in the circulation, but not too many. So that's good. So let's jump into the TA. So you guys had a nice run up here, but it looks like you retraced to the support level. Let's see if we can find what that support level is. So that support level seems to be the 618. RSI is set at 41, so you definitely have room to run right now. The bad part is, yes, you guys have some support right here at 281. I'm going to draw a ray on that just so we have a visual on that. So I'd say if we broke below the 618 here at around $3, I'd keep an eye on 280. Yeah, 280, it looks like you had some support back here. So I keep an eye on 280 and then something like this. But if we stay above the 618 and this curls back up and actually breaks above 60 on the RSI and reverses this, I think we'll be making a higher high. But I don't think we'll be blasting up there personally. This thing has been bleeding out, so it's kind of hard to be bullish on it. I could definitely see it hitting the 50 and dropping down to the 30, which would validate this scenario right here. So I'd actually keep an eye on the 618 here. I guess we could head up to the 5 and then have this. So yeah, keep an eye on $3.30 and then a retracement from there. That would just play right into what the RSI has been doing since April 2nd. I don't see us blasting up and making a new higher high here. A lot of coins are just kind of shit in the bed right now. Pardon my language, but as for this thing, there's two different scenarios. If we break below the 618, we're heading to the support here at 280. If we bounce off this, I think we're heading to the 5 and then heading back down to the 618. And if that doesn't hold, we head down to 280. So inevitably, I think 280 gets hit on this coin. It's just a matter of if we're going to have a liquidity grab before that happens. So yeah. So how's everyone doing tonight? I have a total of one person in the chat, it looks like. So not a super busy start right now, but we'll get there. We'll get there. That's the thing about live streams on Saturdays. I'm always hesitant on doing them on Saturdays because a lot of people have better things to do than listen to a live stream on a Saturday night. But, you know, I'm not out drinking or anything like that, so it's better just to be charting some coins for people, right? Yippee. What was Q&T go to test? 122 resistance. Yeah, I'll jump back to quant for you. So quant is currently testing the 121. So yeah, pretty much 122 if we look a little bit closer. I know I have a bunch of scribbles on here. If we break above this, which it looks like we just did on this candle, I'd keep an eye on a pump up to the 618 at 128 and then a retracement down here. That would put in another lower high, which would validate this downtrend that you're in. I don't think we're going to be hitting this and making a downtrend from there. As you can see, we usually drop down and then have this huge wick and then retrace back up, Zgoth. So I'd keep an eye on the 618 upswing to around 2 or 127 and then a retracing back down to the support. But on the scenario for buying some quant on a dip, if this turns red, this candle closes in approximately 7 minutes. If this turns into resistance, I'd keep an eye on the bottom of this support channel at 117. And we're actually kind of at the cusp of having a pretty decent drop like we had right here. If we do get rejected from here and fall below the support, we'd have to keep an eye right here at the 1 at around 112. So there's two different scenarios. This continues up to 618 and then retraces, or this resistance slash support is what's rejecting us, and then we'll head down to approximately around 111, 112. So 117. Yeah, 117 is the bottom of this support channel, so that's definitely vital. It's not a main support, it's a support channel, but you guys have had support in it back here in the past, so you're likely to see some support in it in the future. So if it holds, we'll continue upwards, but if it doesn't hold, we're heading back down to 112. We just have to see what's going to happen here. You're technically above this resistance channel right now. It's green. Candle closes in 10 minutes, so if the next candle's green, I think we're heading up to the 618 and then a retracement from there for quant. So VLC is putting up a fight at the moment. I was watching that. So is it putting up a fight? Let's see what kind of fight you're talking about. Yeah, I thought CLV was going to hit the 786 and retrace, but it looks like you hit 35 and then you're starting to work your way back up. So personally, it looks like you guys just bottomed off the bottom of the resistance at 30. I would actually keep an eye on an upswing to the bottom of this resistance channel at 39.40 cents. And if you break above that, I think the 618 would be the top. So this is pretty much what, I'm not going to redraw because this is pretty much what it is. If you break above this resistance here, I think we're heading to the 618 to test that. RSI would be around 65. And then I think we'd back test the support. And if the support held, then I think we'd be making another higher high up to 44. But if we do get rejected here at this resistance channel, we have a main support at 3.4. So the main thing you need to keep an eye on here is 373 or 375 area. If we get rejected, I could definitely see us go down to 3.4 here for CLV. But it's hard to say that since the RSI has just bounced off 30. And if you look in the past, you really don't dip below 30 except in January 22nd. You guys usually just bounce off of it. And this right here on the 9th earlier today was a bounce. So if history repeats itself, which it never does, history doesn't repeat, it just rhymes. I would keep an eye on an upswing to 4 cents and then a retracement to 37. Yeah. That's what CLV. So what's everyone got for coins? Show them out. Now's your time. Get them charted live. If not, I'm just going to start popping on some coins and seeing what's going on. If we look at the coins, what's going on here? So Bitcoin's at 42.48. Everything's red. Everything's bleeding. Everyone's leaving the market. All the coins are on sale and I'm buying them. So Aave, AAVE, let's see. I was definitely wrong on that, so just ignore that. Pretend that never happened, because, of course, no one can ever be wrong in a TA, right? Okay, so if we go... we're going to test two different fibs here. We're going to go bottom to top here, and then we're going to try the bottom from here as well. And it looks like that second one's what it's playing off of, so I'm going to delete the first one. So we're going off the bottom here on March 16th, the beginning of March 16th. Looks like we bounced off the 618 and actually had a nice bounce off that. RSI dipped slightly below the 30, and it looks like we're moving our way up. So for Aave, I'd keep an eye on the 5 here at 192. We are putting in lower highs, and we didn't really get a high here at 382. So personally, if we're just going by the charts alone and being realistic, it's looking like something like this to the 786. Unless Bitcoin decides it's going to flip around and put on the jets, coins are going to continue to bleed out for a while. It's a slight few that aren't, but a majority of them will. So for Aave, I'd keep an eye on a pump up to 190. What is this? 192 at the 5. And then I think we're heading back down. I don't think the 618 will hold, and we'll test the top of the resistance, retest the 618, and then bounce down to the 786. That would just keep us below 50 on the RSI. The RSI would just look like this if that happened. If everything starts flipping around and becoming bullish, I'd keep an eye on breaking above 208. If we broke above 208, which is the top right here at this recent high, that would flip this downtrend into a bullish momentum, and then we can start talking about making higher highs. But that's the bullish scenario. The realistic one is bouncing off the 5 at 193, and I don't think the 618 will hold, and then dropping down to 165, back up to 178, and then down to 154 if we continue this downtrend that we've been in. So Jasmine from Sam. Yeah, man, Jasmine's just been bleeding out. I can't remember if I charted this morning or yesterday, but from this bottom to the top, I guess we could actually go from this bottom now, which actually plays out. So you guys are actually at the 618 right now on this. Keep an eye on going up to this resistance at 28. You guys are putting in lower highs, so we could actually jump up to 317 and then drop down here to the 618. The bad part is if we drop below the 618 here at 25, there's absolutely no support down here. You can see back here you had a little bit, but that is not enough to validate support. And back here, yeah, if you just zoom out, you really don't have any support in this area. So if we fall below the 618, I hate to be super bearish on Jasmine because I own some of it. I'd expect to drop down to approximately 2 cents, which I know people don't like to hear that their coins are going to drop, but this is realistic right here. The 618 is kind of your lifeline. It's all or nothing right there, and it looks like you had a nice bounce off of it. So I'd keep an eye at breaking over 2.8 resistance and head up to the 317, and then the 2.8 would flip into support, and then we'll have to test that out. So could this be a reversal? Definitely. But the way that the market's reacting right now to Bitcoin, coins are going to continue to bleed lower, and unfortunately there's no support once you drop drop below 2.5 here for Jasmy. So hopefully this isn't the scenario for Jasmy. Most likely it's not going to be a straight drop. You can see right here on the way up we did bounce around a bit. So you could find some sort of support right here. But the likely scenario if we drop below the 618 is 1.8 to 2 cents. But I think we actually have a little pump up on Jasmy to the 2.8, and if we break above that, it's to the 3.1. So LQTY, that is a shit chart. We're going to jump to a different one. There we go. Ignore that. Obviously, I was wrong. Seriously, I don't know why people follow my channel. I'm never right. Just kidding, guys. I appreciate all you. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, this thing's actually breaking market structure right now, so we're gonna have to actually go off of this top. Yeah, this thing has been hovering below the 30. It looks like it's having a hard time getting back over it. So personally, I'd keep an eye on the 786 right here at 205. I think 205 up to the 618, and if we don't break above the 618, we're probably dropping down to $2 from there. We really need to get back over 30. This is not bear or bullish by any means. That's a long over since the 6. So we've been below 30 on the RSI for 3 days. So inevitably we got to take off here, especially after well, we didn't even maintain above the 30 or the 50 for a while. Just had a consolidation. So I think we're heading down to the 786 here at 205 and then bouncing off to the 618 to 29. If we want to get into the bullish hopium, I'd keep an eye on breaking above the 618 to the 241, bouncing off the 618, then continuation up to 27. That is the bullish scenario. The realistic one is bouncing off the 618 here and then heading back down to the 786 and testing that once again. So Ryan Seeger says ADA. I hold me some ADA. I have it staked in my ledger. Looks like I haven't charted it since April 3rd. Hey, that one was right. So this fib's actually still valid. You can see we actually are bouncing off the support right here at 1025. RSI has dipped below the 30, but it looks like we recovered and we're working our way back up to the 50. So personally for ADA, I'd keep an eye on 109. Yes, we did put in a lower high. So that would be the test right there. If we broke above this resistance and flipped into support and went up to the 236 here at 113, that'd be a higher high, and this bullish momentum that we've been in would be reversed. So the bullish scenario is breaking above the 109 here and heading up to the 236 for something like that. The realistic scenario, if things continue going the way that they're going, is bouncing off this and coming back down to the test of support. And if we break below the support, we do have a 5 right here at 103. Personally, I don't think ADA will break below $1. I know it did back here. That's back when Bitcoin dropped below 40,000. So if Bitcoin does drop below 40,000, we have a 618 sitting exactly on top of the support at 94 cents. So I do own ADA. I haven't been buying ADA recently, but if I wanted to pick up more ADA, I would put a buy order in at 94 cents. And if it got filled, it got filled. If not, then whatever. But you always want to put your buy-in orders lower than what you think it's going to hit. That way, if it gets filled, it makes you feel good, right? So that's not financial advice by any means. If I wanted to buy more ADA, I'm just telling you, if I wanted to buy more ADA, I'd put a buy-in order at 9.4. Because you have a 618 right there and a main support. So I definitely think it would bounce off right there if it went down there. But for the time being, I think we're heading back up to 109 to test this resistance, and then if we don't break above that, I think then we'll start talking about possibly heading down there. But I might actually put a little buy order in, maybe like $100. If it got filled, it got filled at 9.4. Let it sit there for a while. The RSI is definitely set up to make a run, but you guys have been bleeding out in the RSI since March 24th. That's the thing. Even when other coins were doing their ladder up effects in middle of March, this thing wasn't doing the ladder up effect. I believe Cardano long term. I have to because I own PBX and PBX is on the Cardano blockchain. So with that, let me get back to the chats. Ada is the hero. So SHIB. Yo, so SHIB is putting in lower highs as well. He actually wicked to the support here at 2347. Actually broke above the 618 though, so that's bullish. So I'd keep an eye on this RSI. It looks like it wants to break above 50. If we broke above 50, I think we'd be heading up here to 2567 for something like this. But we have been putting in lower highs since the 5th, so that's only 4 days. And the RSI dipped down to 30. So I'd keep an eye. We did just break above the 618, which is bullish. I'd keep an eye on quadruple 02567. If we break above this area of resistance right here, which it doesn't show resistance right here, but if you just look, you can obviously tell there's resistance right here. But SHIB's not looking crazy bullish right now, but the RSI is definitely set up to go higher. Yeah, that ladder up effect starting since the 15th of March, like all the other coins, and like all the other coins, you're having a retracement from that. So hopefully this isn't the ladder down. But the crazy thing about this, so this is happening for a lot of coins. So listen up here, guys. This is actually pretty interesting and pretty, pretty interesting that I've noticed about a lot of these coins. So if you guys know about technical analysis, you know about bull flag, bear flag, and everything like that. A lot of coins are doing this right now. They had a high, they dropped down, laddered back up, and they're now making this. Technically, this is called a cup and handle. And cup and handle is actually extremely bullish. So all the coins that I charted that had that ladder up effect, that was creating, you had that bowl, you know, you had the bowl of the cup, and then you pretty much matched the top of that bowl, and now you guys are creating the handle. If you look at a lot of the coins that I chart from now on, you'll actually see that a lot of them are creating this cup and handle type scenario, which majority of the time means it's extremely bullish. So hopefully that means good news is in the future, near future, right? So for this right now, hopefully this is the bottom of the handle and we start working our way back up. So I keep an eye on 2567 back down to 618, then a continuation upwards for SHIB. So now we got DOT. So DOT. Obviously, I charted this some time ago because they're on all support and resistance. So DOT also, see, just like I said, a lot of coins are doing this cup and handle. They had this drop, they're making the bull, and a lot of them got rejected at the previous high from February 7th. So you have that cup, you have the handle, and cup and handle is extremely bullish for a big run up. I know a lot of people are getting faked out right now or getting fear, but buy when there's fear, sell when there's greed. And if you like going by those chart patterns, that's definitely a bullish chart pattern as a cup and handle. So I'll stop shilling that, but I'm probably going to call it out quite a bit here. So what is this respecting? Let's take a deeper look. So we go bottom the top there, no, bottom the top there, no, bottom the top there. We're actually going to go off this one. Looks like you bounced off the support right here at 19.9, working your way back up. I'd keep an eye on 20.02 resistance right here. If this continues its downtrend that it's been in and it's putting higher lows, I think it'd get rejected from there and head down to the 618. So I'd keep an eye on 20.2 resistance area. If we break above that, that would validate the cup and handle was accurate, and then we could start talking about blasting off. But for the time being, I think for the time being, I keep an eye on 20.22 for retracement to the 618 at 1919 for DOT. RSI reset at 30. Definitely has enough moon juice to run up here. Definitely has enough moon juice to do that. And if that actually happened, that would actually blast us up here. Then we can talk about this, which if the cup and handle effect, which a lot of coins are in right now, actually plays out, we could definitely be seeing some higher highs this year, definitely since the beginning of this year, in my personal opinion. But for the time being, let's just keep an eye on 22.2 for retracement to the 618. Can't be too moon boyish, right? Right, Chef Natron? I'm not a moon boy. Yeah. So we got Dot. So Jasmine's moving up. Do you think it's a fake pump? So if you were in my Discord, I was actually shilling Jasmine. I think when it fell, but when it was all the way down to 1 cent, I owned quite a bit of it. I sold about 75% of it, so I still own 25% of my initial investment, but took my initial profit and stuff like that. That's something you guys need to really buckle down is have a solid plan. I know there's those people that are buy and hold and stuff like that, but what I do is I have my solid holds, my long-term holds, I have my flip plays, and then I have my degenerate plays, you know. And Jasmine is one of my flip plays right there. And I was kind of marking it out on the Discord of when I got in, when I'm buying, when I got out and stuff like that. And that seemed to play out pretty good. So, not saying that that's going to happen every single time, but that was a good call. Lambo when? I don't know, when you deliver it to my house with one of those sandwiches. So HTR. So we're on the HTR right now. Obviously, I charted this back on the 18th of March, and it actually worked out. I thought we were in this triangle, and if we broke out, we'd head up higher. We headed up higher. I'm going to clean this up, and we're going to start fresh. So I'm not going to pretend what I knew I was talking about back there, because obviously I don't. Especially when you chart as many coins as I do in a day. So right now, we actually bounced off the 618. RSI just bounced off the 30 as well. I definitely think this picked up some moon juice to go. So I'd keep an eye on 6.5 right here, which would bring us up not even to the 50. So I think we could head up to the 6.5 resistance, bounce off the 5, and then continue up here. So personally, I think Hathor is looking pretty bullish right now. This was due to the initial Coinbase drop, and if you zoom out, guess what you see? Cup and handle. So for the time being, let's keep an eye on a pump up to 65 cents for Hathor. I don't think it's heading back down to break below 58 cents right now. RSI is a little too low in my opinion. I think we're going to be heading up to the 50, and then we'll assess the situation at that time. If it heads up to the 50 on the RSI, that's around 65 cents right here, which is the main resistance. So I think Hathor's heading up to around 65 cents for the time being, and then we'll assess the situation at that time. Yeah, Chef Natron, you sold all that Bitcoin, man. Where's my Lambo? What do you think about waves? Let's check it out. So, Mill, I actually charted Bitcoin at the beginning, but I can take another look at it after this. Wait, HTR Coinbase drop? I didn't say it was on Coinbase, did I? Let's take a look. Oh, it's not on Coinbase yet. I don't think I said it was on Coinbase. It's on KuCoin. These are exchanges that it's on right now. So with that, we're going to go on the waves. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. I got to grab a drink of water. I know I say that every time during the live stream, and believe it or not, I do bring a glass of water with me, but for some reason I chug that motherfucker right at the beginning. And then I'm left dry. Pardon the language. So waves had that nice run up and retracement. Currently looks like you're battling it out at below the 30 on the RSI. Looks like the gray's a neutral area, so the support and resistance are equal right there. We can go bottom to top right here, try to decipher what's going on. So obviously that's not the right one. So we'll go down to here to the next bottom. Looks like you bounced off the 786. So personally, this looks like it's the bottom to me. So take this with a grain of salt. You have been making high or lower highs, And I think you're heading up to 29.79, which would give you a lower high. So if we're respecting the chart, I think we're heading to 29.79 and then down to 24 and then something like this. That is if the market continues the way that it is. If you zoom out here, this is not doing that cup and handle thing. So you can't be bullish on this coin from that standpoint. If we break above this main support at 29.79, to keep an eye on the 618 at 32. RSI definitely has enough room to run. You've been down here for quite a while. So for waves, I'd keep an eye on around 29. Yeah, I'll repeat myself, 29.79. And then if we get rejected, I think we're heading down to the support at 20.49. The RSI is just really low in my opinion, so it definitely has enough moon juice to blast out at some point. Like a lot of these coins, the RSI is crazy low. The Bitcoin's RSI is crazy low. Like, how much lower can we possibly go before we start moving back up, in my opinion? I think the lowest RSI I've ever seen is around 10. And I don't think Bitcoin's ever been that low, in my personal opinion. But I think a lot of coins are, you know, on the cusp of making an upwards movement from now. So if we look at BTC real quick, where did I go off of this one? Yeah, I said we're bouncing off the 618. RSI has been hovering around 30. Looks like we're working our way back up. I'd keep an eye on 4305. I know I did analysis on this morning. If you want a deeper dive, I did a video on this morning. So if you want to go watch that, but we are putting in lower highs. So if we want to respect the chart and say we're going off the charts, it's going to be something like this. But I'm bullish on thinking we're in an extended bull market. You can call me crazy, but the RSI did dip below 30 here, and now we're gradually working our way back up. So we could definitely be looking for something like this as well. So there's two different scenarios here. We really need to focus on breaking above 4305. If we fall below the 618, that's going to be bad. That's going to be bad. I know I said we have the 41.5 here, but that's a really small support channel. 41.5 is a really small support channel. If that doesn't hold, we're heading down to 40.09. And if we do that, everything's going to be on flash fire sale, and I think we'll see a huge buy at that point. Personally, I don't think we drop below 40,000. But you can take that for what it is. So I think we're going to see a slight pump on Bitcoin, and then we'll assess the situation at that time once we hit 43,000. We've been in a down making lower highs since March 28th, though. The crazy part is, I know I said cup and handle a lot of other coins, but this technically isn't a cup and handle because the start of the cup isn't as high as we were back here. I know, I mean, I could probably chart Bitcoin all night and zoom out and make channels and everything like that. You can chart this a million different ways, and if you go on YouTube, there's a million people charting Bitcoin a million different ways. And you know, if you look at a million different TAs, obviously one of them is going to be right. But just judging from this, I think we're heading up to around 43. And if this chart pattern continues, that'll be where we get rejected at. I hear a lot of investors are trying to push it down. Yeah, I think, who said it? Someone in the Discord said they think Bitcoin was dropping because of who was it? I think it was you, Vlad. News came out last week, but it's the same respect like crypto is a shorter money. Or was it Chef Nature? I don't know. Someone said something came out about the reason Bitcoin dropped. I can't really remember it off the top of my head. It was in Discord. So with that, I'm all caught up on the requests from the channel. So 11 people here right now, so that's great. If you want any coins charted live, now's your time to get them out. I only do a couple videos a day. I chart a bunch of coins on live. So if you want your coin charted, now's your time to post it. And like I've said in the past, if you like my content and you like the Charting Crypto channel, definitely check out my OpenSeas and support the channel there. Chef Nature is supporting the channel as OG Gold. You can go to the OpenSeas account and see what that's all about. You get perks. And as the channel grows, those will become more valuable. So just like crypto, buy in early, right? So if you think this channel is going to go somewhere, definitely invest in it, right? So that's my shilling for my open seeds right there. So with that, we're on to WTK. Oh, what is WTK? It's not even a chart. It's been going crazy. Was pay token up 10.3, 34.9, max supply of 250 million, question mark market cap. Looks like it's available on BitTrue, Bitmart. So it's one of those moonshot gamble coins. Looks like it came out. Oh, it's been out for a while. Wow, this thing's been taken off. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to chart this on DEX. So let's give me a second. Have to jump over the DEX. Yeah, man, it doesn't look like there's any charts out for this coin yet. So it's not on. If it's not on DEX, it's definitely not on TradingView. DEX has pretty much all the coins, but TradingView has more. Yeah, I can't chart that. Sorry, man. No charts available. You can see you can cross Bitcoin with the S&P 500. You can. So let's see. We're on Bitcoin. If we do. What are these? If we mark it with SPY. Yeah, that's not really working right there. So we're not going to mess around with that right now. RUPEE. What is that? What is that? RUPE. Yeah, man, I don't think I'll be able to chart this coin. This is there's no data on it. I guess I can try DEX, but Moonshot Gamble. How do you even find these coins? Yeah, man, that coin's not even chartable either. Sorry, TJ. So with that, let's see how my Moonshot Gamble coin's doing. Yikes! Looks like it's on sale. So for you Haka holders, very risky coin. So do your own research on this coin. I don't go out of my way to invest in this coin. This is just my leftover funds. Looks like we're going off this bottom right here. Looks like it bounced off the 786. I keep an eye on the 618. Definitely making lower highs. So I'm expecting a rejection from the 618 right here and then down to the support at 49 for something like this. If the market continues the way that it's at, that would just keep the RSI bouncing off the 50 and the 30. So looks like it might be acquiring some more Haka if it drops below this support. So LTX. Hey, there we go. We got one. So LTX had that layer up effect and it's having its retracement, putting in high or lower highs. If we go from bottom to top. What bottom? This bottom right here, it looks like. Currently getting rejected at the 382. Personally, I think we're breaking above the 382 and testing the 9.3 main resistance. The high is back here at 103, so this definitely has momentum to break up to 70. You can see you did dip. You guys were above 70 for a while since March 9th. And yes, you did touch 30 here. It looks like it wants to stay above 50. So if you want to get bullish on LTX, I'd keep an eye on $1 even for something like this. But we have to break over this resistance at 93 cents in order to do that. If we get rejected at 93 cents, I'd keep an eye on dropping back down to 8.5. and that would be our high, and then something like this. It all depends on how the market's moving. If the market continues doing what it's doing, I think this is inevitably going to be what's going to happen until we have a reversal. But if you want to be bullish on this thing and say, hey, the high is back here, and if it's going to put in a lower high, you can obviously put a lower high up here at this resistance. You can go by that as well. But to be safe, on the safe side, the realistic, I'd keep an eye on 9.3 as a bounce until we head back down. If we get rejected at 9.3, I think this is a scenario that's going to play out for this coin. I mean, the RSI wants to go. It obviously bounced off 30 and broke above 50, so it wants to get back up to the 70 range. You guys ever had those lime cucumber Gatorades? I recently found those, and those things are absolutely delicious. Little off topic, but it is what it is. So OGN, let's see that. Buddy of mine mixes lime cucumber pepino vodka with vodka. That's absolutely disgusting. I don't even know why you would try that. Looks like my grocery is canceled. I'll go in to watch UFC fight tonight with a friend. Who's fighting tonight, Zigoth? So OGN actually just tagged the 70 in the RSI, which was this wick up to this resistance. So personally, I'd be keeping an eye on a retracement from here. You definitely were battling out the 50. It looks like every time you break above 50, you tag the RSI, then head back down to 30. So personally, I'd keep an eye on a move down to 5.5 support. I don't think the 618 will hold. And if we break below this 5.5, we have the 786 here. I guess you can say that's still bullish because it's not a lower low, which you guys put in right here. But inevitably, I think the RSI is too high to take off any higher, especially with the market situation that's going on right now. So I'd keep an eye on a dip down to the 50 minimum, which would bring you down to the support at 5.5. If it breaks below 50 on the RSI and retraces back down to the 30, I'd keep an eye on the 786 at 4.9 for OGN. You can see the candle is currently red right now. Yeah, I think we just topped out, and then we're going to be working our way back down personally. We've been working our way back down since March 20th. It looks like we have these liquidity grabs right here and then the retracement. So I think this was that liquidity grab, and then we'll have our retracement once again. I don't think it's going to be a steep drop like this. I think it's going to be one of these slow down effects until we have our next big pump like we had this last two times. But I think this was the top, like here and here. So I think this was it right here. And now I think we're going to have that bleed out effect down to the 786 at around 5 cents. Or not 5 cents, 50 cents. I've been in and out of OGN way too long. Well, it depends on when you got in and out. I mean, if you got in on the 13th and got out on the 20th, that's approximately 226%. So that's not bad. Definitely not bad if you got in back here and got out up here. So GMT. Ignore that Moon Boy scribble right there. This actually doesn't look bad. This actually looks like it's setting up for a run. You have the, well, I guess you could say something like this. Yeah, so let's draw a fib and see if we can try to validate this. Yeah, we definitely can. So personally for this coin, I'd keep an eye on tagging the top here at 240, retracement to the 786, and I think we're to be going. Even with that Bitcoin drop, this thing really didn't shut the bed that much. You've been hovering around 50 for a long time. So for GMT, let's keep an eye on the 786 at 206, and then from there, if we break above this this flag, I think we're going to start going. And then head back up. That would bring us up here on the RSI once again. So GMT is not looking bad in my opinion. I might get drunk and buy some Quant tonight. So Kim says KDA. Yes, I can definitely look at KDA. Welcome, Kim. If it loads. Oh no, what's going on? There we are. KDA, USD. So what is this coin? Oh, KDA. Oh, Kadena. I actually made some money off Kadena's launch. Kadena up 1.8% at $6.28. 1 billion max supply, 171 billion circulating supply. So there's still coins that can be put into circulation. It has a pretty high market cap of 1 billion. Let's get into the TA. So this is the, yeah, Coinbase. So pretty much been the same price since March 11th. Is there a better chart for this? Let's see. No, I'm on it. Ooh, so KDA looks like it wants to put in a, if we go from the absolute beginning, getting rejected the 786. RSI has been staying below 50. Personally, KDA isn't looking really bullish right now. I'll give you the bullish scenario. This candle is currently red right now, but the bullish scenario is heading up to the 618, then retracement down here to the 1. The realistic scenario is looks like we're getting rejected at the 786 for a push down to the 1 to put in a new lower low. So personally, I don't think this coin's taking off right now. I think we're going to be heading down a little bit lower to around $5.85. Or possibly $6. We're $6. Yeah, I'd keep an eye on $6. Those round numbers, you can see back here, $6 has held quite a bit. I'm going to put a ray on that so we have it for future references. Yeah, so personally, I think we might get rejected right here at the 786 and head down to around $6 here. I'd keep an eye on a push on the $6, which would bring the RSI down to 30, and then from there would probably back test the 786. So I think this first one's off the table, so ignore that first TA. I think we're getting rejected down to $6 and then come back up to test the 786 for this coin. What I've been hearing, everyone is waiting for... What's KDEX? Kyle? Yeah, obviously this has been... hasn't really blasted off by any means, but personally I think it's heading back down to $6. Oh, it's their DEX. Okay. Yeah, I think Kadena's heading back down to $6 for the time being. Just doesn't look bullish right now. Okay, let's see. With that, I am caught up with the with the live chat request. So open floor right now. Does anyone want any coins charted? If not, I'm just gonna go off. Not go off. I'm gonna go off at some random coins. And what is pumping right now? If we just look at this, Bitcoin's sitting at 42. Biggest gains are the shit coins here. Man. A lot of sales. What's everyone buying right now? Or is everyone just kind of sitting on the sideline seeing what's going on? I'd like to know. I know I bought more PBX. I need to move on. I hit my goal on PBX. I need to move on. That's the bad thing. I'm probably like Zgoth. Zgoth has this goal of hitting his certain amount of quant. And I guarantee once you hit that goal, Zgoth, you're going to be wanting to buy some more quant. You gotta diversify. That's my struggle. I get so mindset on a certain goal. So quant stamp. What is that? QSP? Yes. So looks like I said it hit the 786, which we did wick down there. So I guess I'm not completely wrong, right? I'm just gonna start this fresh. So the thing about QuantStamp is it's pretty much been consolidating since the 26th of March. So people are willing to buy this coin at this price for an extended period of time. So consolidation is an extremely bullish thing in cryptocurrency. If you have a lot of people willing to buy a certain coin at a certain price for a certain period of time, eventually all the coins at that price are going to be bought out, and then people are going to have to start buying them at a higher price. And as you can see, people were willing to buy it for that price from the 25th until the 25th, or yeah, so pretty much a month, 25th of March to the 6th of April, and then we had that dip, and you can see there were so many people that bought that dip. You had this huge green candle, so this thing just does not want to drop below the top of this support channel at 6.6. Seems like everyone and their grandma wants this coin at 6.6. So if we draw from bottom to top, we're going to ignore that. We're going to go off close. Yeah, it seems like the 5 is what's really holding us up here. So I would just keep an eye on the 6566, man. If we dip below that, you can see it tagged the 618 right here, and we instantly got bought up. Even with this huge dip we just had, we've been maintaining above 50 since March 18th. So almost a month. Yeah, we had this dip right here, but look how quickly that was bought up. So QSP is looking pretty bullish in my opinion. We just need to break above this resistance right here. You can see as soon as we broke above it right here, it instantly got rejected. It just seems like a lot of people are keeping the price here for some reason between these two areas. And as soon as all the coins are bought up at this price, you'll start seeing a big upswing in my personal opinion. And the crazy part is it's above 50 on the RSI for that long too. People aren't keeping it below the 50. So QSP is looking pretty bullish in my opinion. So for the time being, I mean, I could say, hey, we're going to be bouncing off this and going, but just judging from this, it looks like it just wants to consolidate until all the coins of that price are bought out. So I'd keep an eye on bouncing off the 5 right here and head back up to the 7, and then just continue doing the crabby until we blast off. Okay, Zgos, thanks for stopping out for the time that you have. I hope you have fun tonight. Have a drink for me. Yeah, so for QSP, let's just keep an eye on the sideways movement that we've been in for a long period of time. Eventually, it's got to break to the upside, in my personal opinion, not the downside. Because if we've been buying it at this price, there's no reason for it to break downwards. There's just so many people willing to purchase this coin at that price. I've been interested in ADS. Let's look at ADS. ADS actually doesn't look that bad right now. It looks like we bounced off a 30 and we're looking like we're working our way back up to the 70s. So if we draw from the bottom to the top here, yeah, it looks like the 618 held. Looks like we're currently testing the 5. If we break above this 5, I'd keep an eye on this resistance at 25 cents for something like this. We've been in a downtrend. Let's see. I'm not a huge believer in trend lines, but we can use one. Yeah, it looks like we actually just broke out of it right now with this candle. So personally, I think we're heading up to 25 for something like this on this coin. We are putting in higher lows though, so we can consider this wick right here a high. So it's definitely possible that continues for something like this as well. So we'd have to assess the situation once we hit 25. But for the short term time being, I think the RSI is heading back up to 70, which would bring us up to 25 cents on this coin. Oh. Add shares. Man, where do you find these coins? Wow, this thing's just been consolidating pretty much from the same price all month. I guess we can try to draw a fib on it. So currently at the 5 right now, looks like it wants to stay between the 618 and the 5. I mean, since the 9th of March. So personally, I think we might just see some consolidation. RSI's pretty much been above 50 as well. So personally, I don't see this blasting off anytime soon. Like you've heard me say earlier, consolidation is a bullish thing, especially after a big downswing like this. You had that downswing and the big capitulation, and then you have this upswing right here, and people are willing to accumulate this coin for a long period of time at the same price. So once all the coins are sold out at the price that people are buying in this area, the price is eventually going to go up. But we just have to assess when are those coins going to be sold out. No one will know that, but for the time being, consolidation is a bullish thing. And I think we'll just continue that consolidation until the coins at this price are sold out, and then we'll continue our upswing from there. Hey, what's up, Evan? Welcome to the live chat. Do AVAX. Hey guys, if you like other content and crypto and stuff like that, definitely check out DGN Capital. He has some pretty good stuff on his channel. I started following him recently. So AVAX bounced off 30. Looks like it's getting rejected at the 50. Let's see what this chart is respecting right now. If we go off the bottom from the March 16th, it looks like it's the 618, which is at the main support here. We had the ladder up effect too. So we had the ladder up effect since the 15th, like a lot of other coins. If we zoom out here, I'd like to say this is a cup and handle, but technically it's not because the highs aren't the same, so we can't really say that as well. So for the time being, RSI has been staying below 50 since the 5th. I'd keep an eye on an upswing to 89, and then we'll assess the situation at that time. That would bring the RSI up to 50 to around 60, and then something like this could definitely be possible. We have been making lower highs since the 2nd of April. And this, if we got rejected at 89, that would put us at another lower high, because you can see the wick actually broke above that. So this is the bullish scenario in my opinion. The realistic scenario, if the market continues in the same direction that it's heading, is we could definitely see us getting rejected here, or even get rejected at the 5 right here. But you have a double support right here, the 618, and you have the main support. So that is a great support for you guys. You can see you tested it once, twice, 3 times. You normally only test things 3 times. You know, you have 1 top, 2 top, 3 top, drop top. So with that, I think if we head back down here, I don't think these supports hold. I've been charting for a while now, and you normally only test things 3 times before it breaks to that direction. And we tested it 3 times. So if we get rejected here and head back down, or get rejected at the 5 on AVAX, I think our next stop could be the 786 at $76. But we won't know that for the time being. The candle did start red. And realistically, we've been below the 50 since the 5th of April. And the 50 on the RSI would bring us up to this 5 area on the fib. So I guess 85.96 is the price to keep an eye on. Write that down on a sticky note, slap it on your phone, slap it on your computer. Do whatever you want with it. But $85 is the price to beat for AVAX to continue higher. If we get rejected, I don't think this, even though this is a great scenario having a 618 on the main support, we tested at 1, 2, 3. So for the time being, we need to focus on that. We need to focus on breaking over the 5 here at 85. So So we're on the Zilliqa. Ooh. Ooh, that TA was wrong. You guys should not listen to me. Looks like it was holding up the 618. We're gonna go off what bottom? We'll go off the bottom from the 26. So it looks like the 618 is held. I know it says we're putting in lower highs, but this thing looks like it's stalling out right here. We've been below 30 and this looks like we're bouncing around. I think Zilliqa's about ready to pop. I know I said previously today that we're gonna be dropping down, but now that I take another assessment at it and we're heading back up here, you can see this candle actually just started green. It's just a line right now. It's not an actual candle itself. It's just a wick. So let's keep an eye on 12.27. I think this thing's about ready to reverse. If we reverse, we're heading up to the 5 at around 13.7. Break above 13.7. Let's keep an eye on the 382 at 15.89 for something like this on Zilliqa. The bad part is, I'll draw a ray for this, but the bad part is the 618 is kind of our lifeline right here. We really need to keep an eye on the 618. So you can see we do have some support right here at around, what is this, around 9-10 cents area. So if we break below the 618, I would expect a decent sized drop down to 10 cents, which is approximately a 14% drop on Zilliqa. So you guys really need to keep a eye on this 618 at 11, what is this, 11.4. But for the time being, it doesn't look like it wants to drop down there. For the time being, it looks like we're testing this resistance, battling it out here. We definitely have enough moon juice to blast up to 70, but we really need to break above this resistance. If this resistance does beat us down, I'd keep an eye on a drop down to 10 cents for Zilliqa. So you have the bullish scenario, and then you have the realistic scenario right here. If the markets continue to play out like they are and the charts continue to follow their patterns, you could definitely see a rejection at this resistance for a drop down to the 618 for something like that. So you have your two different scenarios here. Pick whichever one you want. But it's really based on this resistance right here at 12.12 or 12.27. So let's keep an eye on 12.27. That's going to tell the story. And if we break above the 5 right here, which you can see we tested quite a bit, that'll be a new higher high, and then we can say, hey, this reversed, and we can start heading up higher. I didn't listen to you. I held my best drunken purchase. I should have taken profit more aggressively. Oh, man. Hey, you win some, you lose some. And please do your own research, because I'm not right all the time. I can get in the ballpark, but I'm not right all the time. That's the thing about short-term predictions. You can get in the ballpark. Those long-term predictions, you can shake a magic 8 ball and they'll do the exact same thing for you. They'll both give you the same result. Just like those people saying, hey, we're going to get 100x by the end of the year. You don't know that. What'd you do? Shake your magic 8 ball and it said we are? So you made it. You hear me rant about that, but I shouldn't be shitting on those people. Oh, yeah. So with that, I think I'm all caught up in the chats. Anyone have any other coins I want to chart? Oh, did I, Kim, PYR seemed really active and serious in their field. So, I missed that. Sorry about that. Let's jump into PYR. What is PYR? Vulcan Forged. Pretty badass name. Up 3.1% at $13.89. 50 million max supply, 23 million circulating, 332 million market cap. All-time high of 49.24 4 months ago. All-time low of 116 10 months ago. If we look at the max, you can see they really haven't put more coins in circulation. They put a little bit in. You can see the market cap bumps above the price right there, but not a crazy amount. With the max supply only being 50 million and almost half of them in circulation, I wouldn't be too worried about it. Looks like it's available on Binance, Nominex, KuCoin, Gate.io, and Binance again. So let's jump into the TA on this and see what's going on. Oh, I charted this? When did I chart this? April 2nd? Jeez. Don't remember that. Had the ladder up effect, having a pretty heavy retracement right now. RSI is pretty low. If we draw bottom to top right here, yeah, we might even have to go to a lower bottom. Geez, all the way to the main. Yeah, it looks like we have to go to the main bottom here for March 14th for this coin. Looks like we wicked to the 618. Actually just broke above the 5. That's a pretty bullish thing right now. We are putting in lower highs though, so we could inevitably head up here to the 382, and it'd still be bearish. And I think that's what's going to happen here. I think we're actually going to be working our way up to around 55 on the RSI, which would bring us up to the 382 at around 1525, and that would be our recent high. If the markets continue the way that it's going and the trends continue the way they're going, and we're putting in lower highs, this is what I'm thinking is going to happen right here, something like this. You can see you have a ton of support down here, so I don't see it. If we drop down here, it's going to be, it's pretty much like a safe fall down here. There's just a ton of support, but for the time being, let's keep an eye on a pump up to 1525 and then a retracement from there. If this continues the way that it's going right now, I see that happening for the time being. Anyone look at Ethereum lately? Ethereum is my biggest bag out of all the coins I own, even over Bitcoin. Once 2.0 comes out, it's over. And I think I read, what was it, 89 days until 90%, until 90%. Oh, I forgot what it was. Like 90% of the mining's cut or something like that. So it's only going to get deflationary from there. Yeah, I like me some Ethereum. So looks like we bounced off the 382, got rejected the 236, support held at 3203. Looks like we're working our way back up here to approximately 3323 in my opinion. So I'd keep an eye on 3323. If we break above that, our next stop would be approximately probably 3,400 area, and then from there I think we'll bounce down and hopefully continue upwards on Ethereum. I'm not going to sell my Ethereum for a very, very long time, so I normally don't look too much into the charts of it. Yes, I buy it when it dips. I buy the dip on Ethereum and stuff like that, but I plan on holding Ethereum for a very, very long time. Once ETH 2.0 comes out, it's purely a deflationary coin. Well, it's purely deflationary. You know, you earn it from staking. It's purely POS. And from what they've done on research and what they've done for the test trials, more ETH is being burned than minted right now. So it's just deflationary from there. How can't you be bullish on that? So that's my personal opinion why I own more ETH than Bitcoin. So ETH is my number one hold, Bitcoin's my second, and then it goes down from there. Hey, no problem, Kim. Thanks for joining the live stream. I appreciate you. So with that, I got an open floor. Who wants their coins charted? Don't be shy. Now's your time. Now's your time. And since I'm not charting any coins, I'm going to shill my OpenSeas. If you guys support this channel and you like what I do, please please check out my OpenSeas. It's in the description of pretty much every single one of my videos. Chef Natron is actually OG gold on it. It gives you perks in the Discord, gives you perks in live stream. And like investing in coins early, you want to get in early. If you believe in this channel and you believe that it's going to grow, it's probably beneficial to get some of those perk coins early on. So that's the end of my shilling there. Back to the charting. June, do what happened to Ethereum Classic? What's happens to Ethereum Classic? I personally don't know what happens to Ethereum Classic when 2.0 comes out. If anyone on the live stream knows, please comment. So what coins are popping? What's everyone holding? All I see is red. Anyone making gains in the sea of red? What is this coin right here? What is Stefan? Oh, I already charted GMT. That's what that is. Tritocadena. Man, everything's just red. One inch. Now we're hitting some green. Not a lot, but green is green, right? I'm holding some Shib and Casper. So I charted Shib earlier, but I can definitely look at some Casper. Yo, if we break over the 50 on the Casper, I think it's about ready to pop. The thing about Casper is we are putting in lower highs. So, there's probably a fib that's going to block us right here personally. Let's see. Let's see. What bottom should we go off of? We'll go off this bottom. Whoa. Yeah. So currently we're testing the 5 right here. RSI tagged 50. If you want to go off the chart technicality of alone, we keep getting rejected at the 50 since pretty much the 5th of April. So if you just want to go off the technical side of this, I believe we're getting rejected at the 5 and heading down to the 618 here. If you want to be bullish on this and say, hey, if we break above this 50 on the RSI, we'll be heading up to the 8 cents area, which would reverse this downtrend. We put in a higher high inevitably, which would mean this would flip bullish. So if we look at the RSI, we have been in a downtrend since April 1st, and we tagged 30 so you could hypothesize that, hey, this is the bottom and we're working our way back up to 70 on the RSI. So take that for what it is. Take that gamble if you want. I'd keep an eye on the 5 here though at 830. If we break above 830, I think we're heading up to 886. But for the time being, we're on the cusp of that right now. You can see this candle is having a battleground right now. It's just a shooting star. That keeps flipping from green to red. So there's really no body on this candle right now. It's just wicks. There's so much buying and selling at this price right now. So this price, this fib level right here at 882, or at 82, 83 is going to tell the story right here. If we break above that, I think we're heading up to 886. If we get rejected, I think we're heading down to the 618 to around 78, 76 area on Casper. Well, I can't tell you if it's a good time to buy Zilliqa because that would be financial advice. But I did chart Zilliqa, and I think Zilliqa is about ready to make another move up. So I can give you what I think Zilliqa is going to do, and you can base your purchase decisions off that. Waves dropped already 50%? Yeah, Waves is holding support at the 618. Personally, I think Waves is going to blast up to around 15.6. If we get rejected at this, which it looks like we're doing right now, I'd keep an eye on the 618 at 11.5. If you fall below 11.5, I'd keep an eye on 10 cents. So really right now, what you need to focus on, write this on a sticky note and slap it on your computer or tattoo it on your arm, whatever you want to do. Keep an eye on 12.28 resistance. If we break above that, I keep an eye on an upswing to 13.75. But if this candle continues red and we fall below the 618, we're down to 10 cents. But the 618 seems to be holding pretty good. So take that information and do with it what you will. But I would keep an eye on, personally, I'd be keeping an eye on what the next couple candles do. And if we break above this resistance on Zilliqa. I gotta take a look at Waves real quick. She said it dropped 50% already. Oh, I don't see the drop. What are you talking about, from the all-time high? From the all-time high, it dropped 59%. So I did Waves already, so I'd keep an eye on this for Waves. So who's up next on Get your coin charted. Yo, anyone making any gains or making some moves here with the red field that's going on right now? Like, who's buying this dip and what are you buying? I bought my goal on PBX and I have my next play kind of set up, but I'm always looking for other plays here. And if I can't figure out what I'm going to buy, I'm going to continue buying PBX. And I have my goal. I'm always down to buy it, but I need to diversify a little bit more. I need to look for that next play. So I want to see what everyone's play is and why you think that play is a good play. My play on PBX is because it's on the Cardano blockchain, just came out, has good utility, market cap's extremely low, and the price is it's just speaking to me. Once the Cardano blockchain plays out, Paribus is going to be major use on it. You can, if you want to look at the Paribus, they just started their YouTube channel a couple days ago. They have some information on there as well. If you've been in my Discord, you know you know how much I believe in my PBX. All in on Jasmine. Sam, you're all in on Jasmine, huh? Oh, I typed salmon. I did chart Jasmine, but let's take another look at that. Yikes, I don't know when I charted that. Yeah, man, I just keep a close eye on... Forgot what I just said. Where'd that chart go? Yeah, I'd keep an eye on a move up to 2.8 for Jasmine. If we get rejected there, we're heading back down to 6.18. If you want to be bullish, if we break above that, we're heading up to 3.1. But personally, I think we get rejected here and we break our way down. If we break below 2.5, we have a big drop. There's no support here. There's a little bit of support here at 2.2, but I think we're dropping down to 2 cents if we break below the 6.18. So let's keep a close eye on the 6.18 for Jasmine. If $10 waves by, yeah. No gain sideways. Yo, Bitcoin's popping off the 618 right here. I think we're heading up to around 43 on Bitcoin right now. We'll assess the situation at that time. Yes, it's putting in lower highs, but I'm still bullish on 2022. I think we're in an extended bull market. I know a lot of people are saying why, but personally I am. If we fall below the 618 though, it's going to be a nasty drop down to 40,000. So with that, I got enough time to chart a couple more coins. Who's going to be the last ones to get their coins charted tonight? And I appreciate everyone coming out tonight. So I might do another live stream tomorrow. So make sure you hit that bell on my YouTube channel. All depends on how tomorrow goes, but I'll post it in the morning if I do or not. Yeah. So, I mean, if we don't have any more coins anyone wants to chart tonight, I just want to say thanks for everyone coming out tonight and supporting the Charting Crypto channel. I'll most likely do another live stream tomorrow, so make sure you stay tuned. We'll go over the same thing again, assess the situation at that time. So I appreciate everyone coming out tonight and supporting the Charting Crypto channel. Make sure you check out my OpenSeas if you like the content and want to support the channel even further. I'll catch you guys next time on Charting Crypto. Thank you, guys.